Hey guys, it's Morgan and I am back with another video. Today is March 1st, which means that I am 11 days into my pre-op diet and I only have 3 days left and then I'm done. It is like 6 something in the morning, I think. Maybe 7 by now. I am on my front porch because I'm out here enjoying this day. It is a little bit gloomy, but it is really nice out. I'm in Georgia and it's like t-shirts. It's like 60 something degrees probably, or something like that. I got up at like 4:10 in the morning. I could not sleep. I was just up super early. I went in the hot tub because everyone was still sleeping, and I just kind of enjoyed my morning and decided I wanted to do a video. Like the title says, this video is going to be about telling my PCP that I was going to Mexico for bariatric surgery. Now, I know that I'm in a lot of different like support groups and like social things where people talk about this surgery and stuff and like provide support and answer questions. You know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people don't feel the need to tell their PCP. I personally did because I know that they can't really, do anything for you as far as like complications go, because they're just a PCP. They're just, they're not going to be able to do surgery or anything like that. But I felt the need because, I don't know, it's just part of my medical history and I wanted to be honest about that. One thing I did do is I did like scour the support groups, and I was pretty like active in them, and I actually found someone who lived close to me who went to a doctor who was in network. It was the WellStar network, and that's who I use, and her doctor knows that she had surgery, and because she has been so successful, her doctor actually has recommended to other patients of his who were obese, who could benefit from bariatric surgery. He recommended Pompeii Surgical, which is where I'm going, because she had such a great experience and she informed him so much and he looked into it. So she actually told me about him, so I was pretty certain that I could probably get in to see him and switch my PCPs. So that might be something you want to look into, because I've heard some stories that some PCPs just straight up will tell you like, no, don't come back here, like I don't support this, this is dangerous. And it's kind of, I think, comes from a place of uninformed thinking, honestly, and just like a little old school. Now, I'm gonna basically tell you how I went about telling my PCP now that I kind of told you like why I felt the need to. Another thing I just kind of want to mention is like, I'm the kind of person, like I want to be super prepared as I can possibly be to succeed in this. I'm just a planned and prepared person. I've done so much research and I just want to have as much support, as much success. So, telling my PCP. Also, I've made a therapist appointment, and I figure if I'm willing to cut half of my stomach off, I better damn well be like ready to go to a therapist regardless if I think I need to or not. Like, I just want to succeed and I'm willing to do the work, and that's just where I am. So I just want to kind of tell you how I went about telling her, and I would suggest that you kind of know your facts. I tend to be a slightly persuasive person, so it's not that hard for me to sell something, and usually I'm really good at selling an idea. So I basically, and the thing is this, I don't feel like I am like manipulating the facts or anything like that. I'm just telling her the most important facts that are kind of gonna at least get her to say, oh, interesting. So I'm going to tell you what I told her about Pompeii Surgical. I told her that I was getting ready to go she came in the room and she basically said, so you're here to discuss bariatric surgery. And I said to her, I said, yes, I'm actually here because I've already found a surgeon and I'm already scheduled for surgery, and it's actually just in a few days. Now, I did try to get in with her earlier. I wanted to go a month prior to surgery, but I couldn't. So, excuse me. So I just basically told her it's all scheduled. I'm going on March the 5th, and I'm definitely going, but I just kind of wanted to let you know. And basically I was there at, I'm here at the office because I want to get some blood work done. I want to get a baseline for my health, so I have something to compare future checkups to, because I want to make sure I'm not vitamin or nutrient deficient, and I just want to find out where I am. So she was like, okay, we can do that. And I said, I also want to let you know that I am going to Mexico for bariatric surgery. And she just gave me this look like why? And I was like, well, honestly, it's because of the price. So the thing is that where I'm going is not some bargain basement ass, you know, rock bottom cheap surgeon. The surgeon I'm going to is a little bit pricier than some of the other surgeons I found in Mexico. My surgeon charges $4,800 for the sleeve, and I've compared that and the complication rates to here in the States. So, and this is literally how I'm talking to her. Like, this is exactly what I said. So here in the States, I did look into surgeons here in Georgia. They charge about $10,000, $12,000 if you're paying out of cash out of pocket. If I go to Alabama, it's a little bit cheaper, like $9,000, $10,000. I also looked at other places in the United States, like for example, Las Vegas, where they do them for, you know, $6,300. In Texas, where they do them for, you know, they'll do them for like $7,000, $6,000, $8,000, $9,000. So I did look at these options. Now, one of the reasons I really liked Pompeii Surgical is because their price was right, but also their complication rate is very low. Their complication rate is like 0.8%. Now, the average, they say, for, you know, any kind of like bariatric surgery in general is going to be like 1 or 2% complication rate, which is way, way less than, it's way less than, you know, getting a C-section or getting your appendix out. It's less than those. Complication rate with Pompeii was really low compared to some of the ones I looked at here in the States. Now, national average for the United States for bariatric surgery complications is like 3.2. So this has below our national average. And also because I like the support group they have, and I've talked to a lot of people who've had it done. There's people on YouTube who've had it done. There are a couple other bariatric places in Mexico that are good, but I feel like Pompeii Surgical had like a more like transparent kind of way about themselves in the forums and in the on Facebook and the support groups. Like, they came out and talked a little bit about complications. And like, when I looked into some of the people who did have complications, it was kind of like, or the people who had complaints, it was about stupid stuff. Like there might be somebody who came out with a complaint and they were like, blah, blah, blah. But then when I looked into it, their complaint, they said, oh, the surgeon was great and the facility was great. My issue was there were cigarette butts on the balcony at the beach house, or something that was completely non-surgery related. Whereas there were a couple other places that I looked into. I'm just going to say their names. It's probably not okay to say it, but I did look into a Lighter Meat and a couple other places, and I just felt like, honestly, their stuff was good. I'm not saying anything terrible about them, but I felt like Pompeii Surgical was where it's at. I have a hematoma where they drew, isn't that horrible? Where they drew my blood instead of doing it here. They said I was dehydrated, so they did it here. I need to drink more water. But I told her the facts, I told her the statistics, and I told her those things, and I told her, you know, the price is right. You know, I fly into San Diego, they drive me right across the border, there's a hospital there, it's really clean, the doctor's been doing it for a long time, they only do like 3 surgeries a day. Like, I've done a ton of research, the support is there, the price is right, like, I need this done. And she was like, okay, like, I just sounded like I did my research, which I did, and she understands there's a risk, I understand there's a risk. And the thing is this, if there's a complication and you're going to Mexico, you better know what you're going to do. My biggest fear is probably a leak or a stricture, which in the case of a leak, I would go to the ER and they'd probably have to do surgery there to fix it. And I would get a huge bill for like $30,000, but you know, at the end of the day, my life would probably, I'd probably still have a successful surgery after that, and then I would probably have a longer life and be healthier, and complications do happen. I just pray to Jesus that I'm not one of those 0.8%. The other thing too I'm worried about is like you come home and then like you can't keep anything down for weeks and weeks and weeks and you have a stricture. That I'm worried about. In that case, I honestly just plan on calling Dr. Quinones, who is my surgeon, who I have not met yet, but going there and having him fix it, dilate it and fix it, do what he can do. So that's kind of my plan. Like, yes, I'd have to pay, yes, I'd have to get tickets, but that is my plan. And the chances of that are like 0.8. So here's hoping and praying that everything goes well. I personally felt strongly that I needed to talk to my PCP and let them know, because I want to go back a month post-surgery and get my cholesterol, blood pressure, everything checked. I want to go regularly to get my weight checked. Although, am I the only one who has a physician whose scale is extremely high? I literally bought a new scale just because I thought my scale was jacked, because they always act like I'm like 15 pounds heavier than my scale. And I even calibrated it with like a barbell weight of 5 pounds. It literally said 5.2 pounds, so it was like spot on, a little bit high. My physician's is like supremely high. And I go back and it's, my scale is still the same as my old scale. Like, crazy. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to follow my journey. I would love to share this journey with you. I'm going to be taking the cameras and everything with me to Mexico, so I'm going to give you guys, and my husband's helping me and he's a filmer, so it's gonna be good stuff, guys, and it's just gonna be awesome. I'm gonna do some 360 tours of the beach house and of the hospital. So I don't think that's ever been done before, but it's on a 360 camera, so you can literally like scroll around and see the room. I plan on doing a lot of stuff. I actually already filmed a couple of updates about my pre-op. I don't know if I'll be able to use the footage because I was so groggy and I was dragging and I just didn't have my bubbly personality, so it was like the worst video to get through. I was like struggling to get through that video, but I am gonna post it. Also, because today I am almost done pre-op, I'm gonna let you know my weight statistics, my scale statistics here, so stay tuned. I'm gonna show you how much I lost pre-op. I still have 3 days left, but I'm super excited because I met my BMI goal, so I'm there as of today. So yes. Okay, thanks guys, bye.